Hey people, it's your girl Eno on Insider Scope with Eno, and today we have a very very special guest. This one is very close to very close to my heart. She's a compere, moderator, MC, event host, and also a coach at the Immerse Coaching Company. She's no other person than the energetic EJ. EJ, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, and how are you?
I'm good.
Congratulations! Look at you! Wow, I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, this is the same Eno that was struggling to stay in front of a camera. Now interviewing people, like interviewing people is not the easiest thing to do, right? So, congratulations. I'm
What
proud
God
of
cannot
you.
do.
Does not exist.
I remember doing the On Your Voice challenge, and I was struggling with posting, being consistent. And look at me today, even interviewing you.
Can you imagine? This is life. This is growth, and that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for coming. I know you are traveling, and this was really short notice, and you honored us. We are so grateful for having you here.
Absolutely.
So today I'm going to ask you questions, like I'm going to really, really like shake you. I hope
Bring
you're
it on.
prepared.
Bring it on.
Good. I do understand that you have a platform where you encourage people, teach people how to find their authentic voice, and it's really, really something that is needed even in this location where we are currently. And so, in a world where there are gatekeepers, why do you do what you do?
Ha. Well, because I think I know or I understand what it means to lose your voice, what it means to be shut down, what it means to be told, you sound horrible. Many years ago, I have a very special relationship with the mic and on the stage. So I've always been from childhood, right? So I've always sang. Is it I'm singing or I'm leading or I'm doing something on the mic or on the stage, right? So it's more like my natural habitat, right? So, but at some point, I was singing, and one time somebody I looked up to, in a kind of choir setting. I mean, he just said it lightly. He was a very funny guy and all of that, but I think I had sang in that season, and my voice was really like dead and gone. And so if I spoke, I was sounding like very coarse. I was like, who is this one? Why are you sounding like a masquerade? Ooh. Sometimes it's like sometimes people joke or laugh at you and it doesn't really touch you, depending on the setting. But some days probably you're having your own downtime, and then somebody now puts salt on injury. So it was one of those moments. Yes, we laughed at it, but that stuck with me. Because this was somebody I looked up to, and their verdict on how I sound is important to me, right? And so when the person said, yeah, I'm like, oh my God, then what's the point? Like, it almost shut me down, but I'm grateful that I didn't shut down completely, right? I kept trying, but it's possible that to an extent, it kind of reduced my singing thing for a while. Like, okay, let me just speak, because if I sound like a masquerade if I'm singing, then who's gonna listen? So I think I know what it means to be shut down.
No.
And so I don't want anybody to be in that space. And I also know the power, the potential of having a voice and using it and creating an impact and leaving, being in any space and leaving that space, and your impact leaves after you. Like, you are gone from this area for a while and people are still like, oh my God, I remember, I know, I think it's very important. But a lot of people don't get to that point because they've been shut down and they didn't know how to tap into themselves again to come out. Do you see? I mean, look at you. 1 year ago, yes, you talk, you did content in your own way, right? But this did not come to mind, like, no, it's not for me. I'm the consumer. I'm not the creator, right? But look at you today, right? Yeah. You went through a process. You saw that it is possible. It still took you a while between when we did the challenge and when you are like, you know what? Actually, I can do this, and I am going to do it. Yeah. So for me, the seed that was sown there Look at the harvest now. Do you see? So imagine how many more seeds that I can sow around. So that's why I'm passionate about it, because I know that every one of us in this life, we have a purpose here. And one of the things that gives any human a fulfillment is when you are able to create impact for other people.
Oh, okay.
Do you see? So for me, it's the voice thing. And it took me a while to even get here. Right? Because, I know I do it for myself. Like, I've always been singing. I've always been on the stage, But then it came to a point where I knew that I really, really needed to, because I will get to a space and I'm like, this person, sometimes I can sense the potential of the person, right? Like, this person can do better than this, right? So what can I do to help them? Or how can I bring them out? So I've been doing that on a friend level, like, if I'm in a place and somebody is timid, I want to kind of pull them out a bit. I want to make them feel like I can also say something. What I'm saying also matters, right? So from there, and then when I got into coaching, and I have the tools to now help people to say, okay, if we do it this way, we might be able to help you, come out of your shell and become better. Hence the challenge and other things that I do. So I know that we all have voices. True. And one of the tools for fulfillment is actually using that voice, which is our message, our essence, who we are, to bless other people. And so, I think I'm here. I'm stuck here, and I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. You see, with people like you, sometimes, you're a kind of person that radiates joy. When you step into a place, there's this joy that you radiate, and it's really, really contagious. And it got me wondering that, so what is the motive? What is your driving force? Then how do you, because I know you're always, if you're always watching people all the time, then how do you get watered back? How do you get refreshed? So that's my question. How do you get refreshed?
Okay. So I think it was only recently that I also started to own it. That I know it, I am it, but I couldn't language it before. But it was recently, I think 2020 is a very, very interesting year for me. 2020 was the year that I finally, that I got into coaching, that I encountered coaching for the first time. Like, where have I been all my life? Oh my God, I love this. I wanted to be coached, so I was coached. And then as I got coached, I'm like, you know what, this is it. I want to do this for other people, So, but then, that was when I also named this thing I have. And that's when I started introducing myself as energetic EJ. Because the thing is, I've always had this energy. Always. But it was given another name. You're too much. You're too, abebelube. You're too jumpy. Calm down. You're too everywhere. You get. And that's another power of the voice and languaging, right? Because that was what they named it. It made it look like a fault.
True.
And so I started to operate as a chameleon. So if I get into a circle and everybody's jovial, okay, this is my people. But if I get to a place and everybody's like, you want to mellow, like, let them, so that you will be among, right? And so that kind of affected me, even my relationships, where I couldn't have conversations. Like, if you hurt me, I would have the conversation in my head. I will fight with you in my head, settle with you in my head before you probably wouldn't even know.
No.
And that's it. Once I settle it in my head, that's it. And then it's past and we'll move on. But in the process of all those processing in me, you would know, or you would sense that something is happening. But I won't talk about it. You just know that she's moody. So when I was growing up, you can go and ask anybody that knew me then. They used to say, akokoro don't come.
Please. What is akokoro? For our audience.
It's like saying that, hey, how do I interpret this?
Is it ICK?
It's, okay. Oh, sorry. No. It's like saying, I'm looking for the best way to describe it. It's like, for lack of words, just permit me to use this. It's almost like Ota ego.
Oh, okay.
Has taken over, or leave her. She's now moody. Like I could flip. 1 minute I'm happy, the next
Next
I'm
minute.
very moody, right? Well, I think looking back now, it's because of that naming that they named this thing that I've always had. That is my blessing. That is my separator. That is my distinguishing factor. You know, they gave it the name that wasn't it. But when I discovered, I went through coaching in 2020 and I discovered like, no, this is exactly
Yeah.
what makes me me.
Unique.
What makes me unique? What makes me stand out in any room? And so when I'm like embrace that, like, yes, I'm actually energetic. I am a naturally happy person and extremely positive person.
Yeah, true,
Like
true.
people have even said you are too positive. That's why I can't sell, because selling, like, anyway, I can sell. I just need to tap into my power, and I'm doing that now. And it's taking me years to get here. Yeah, but I was struggling against it. Like, no, I cannot use negativity to sell. I want to do the positive thing. But in the marketing world, it's like you need to pinch the pain of people. And so it's like, if you don't do this, you will die. If you don't buy this thing now, you will miss out. You get? But for me, it's like, I don't need to say if you don't. For me, my natural thing is, do you know that this thing is really good for you? And marketers are like, who will not listen to you because it does not pinch them, right? But I'm learning, and all those marketing tips are really great. It's something that we need to learn, but it just took me a long time, right? So for me, it's like, well, that's the relationship I have. And so to come back to your question, to say, what is it that motivates me? I would say it's a follow come. It's a follow come. So how do I refill? I love music.
Wow.
And my funny thing is, I think I love sound because I can know a song, I don't know the name of the artist, I don't know the lyrics, I just
love the
sound. So anything that, and for me, I work with, like, I don't know how to explain. It's like they deliver it to me. Let me put it like that. I could just be doing something now and a song would drop in my mind. So I'll just look for it. I'll just look for it and play it. So sometimes when I'm down, if I play praise, upbeat songs and I dance, that's refilling me. If I praise, if I dance, that's refilling me. If I watch something comical, if I laugh, I get refilled.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that I would say I refill. But motivation, I think, is follow come. It's follow come. And then the impact part is also what gets me going. Yeah. Like, I just know that I exist to create a lasting impact. Not just impact, a lasting one. The one that would outlast me. Like, I've gone, but people will still be talking about it. And not because they just want to talk, but because I've really impacted their lives, right? So that also helped me determine how I do things, and with the heart with which I do things, right? So I don't know if that answered the question.
Yeah, it does. I love the part where you said you didn't language what you had.
Yes.
And sometimes so many people are victims of that.
Yes.
Because we don't have the right language, and then we let people now give you the language for it. And I'm sorry, they might not really have your best interest at heart, because they don't know. No, they don't even understand you. They're not your maker, so they don't know your purpose or what God has in store for you. And sometimes it's so good and profound that you got to a point where you had to discover yourself. It's really important that we all discover ourselves.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Like, that was really profound. So we move to our last question, because I don't want to keep you here. I know you're traveling. You're a firm believer of community. You're a really strong believer of community. Like, what is it that you know about community that we, the rest of the world, we don't know?
There is power in people. Like, why do you think God said, okay, I've created all this thing, I need somebody to tend it, right? And when he did, he says, see, multiply. There's power. Yes. Fill the earth. So there's power in community. There is power in togetherness. Like, I've always, as a child, I don't know. I give God glory for my journey. you know, but there are a lot of things that I wish happened. You know, for example, I didn't go to boarding school.
Oh,
So I didn't
that's
get
what
to
you think. Boarding school with the experience, with people's experience, they're
right.
not
So
nice.
I didn't get to experience that, you know, of course. So I went to a day school, but even with my day school, I still did some shenanigans, right? But in community, there is, I don't know, I would say it's also follow come in a way, because I just find myself loving togetherness.
People.
Now that I kind of understand my strengths, it's part of my wiring. I am an empath. So I feel people, I feel what people feel.
Feel.
So I can put myself in people's shoes. And so it's somehow like, it's almost like my strength, that empathy strength in me is so strong. It's almost, if I don't know how to contain it, it could become a weakness, because I'm not carry other people at the detriment of myself, which kind of tends to people pleasing. So, and I think honestly, 2020, God, thank you for 2020. I mean, I know it was a year that kind of shut down the world, but it was also a year of awakening for a lot of people. It also revealed a lot of hidden things, like, and that was why in that year, a lot of relationship crashed, because a lot of things were being swept under the bed, under the carpet, started to come out, because there was no way to
cannot
escape.
hide it.
No way to escape. Before you use work and escape, you will use whatever and escape, but now you are here.
Yeah.
So you will see it and deal with
Deal
it.
with it.
And so people who couldn't stay to deal with it just scattered everything, right? And so yeah, for me, I was one of the victims of that, but at the same, my own journey is almost like in that 2020 was dying and rising again. A part of me died, but another part of me came alive, right? So it was in that season, I also went through a coaching program that taught me the power of the sages and the saboteurs, and we all have it. We all have it. We have our sage, we have our saboteur. So it's like some of these things that we say, oh, anger is bad. No, anger is not bad. It's just an emotion.
Emotion.
It depends on how you use it, or how you
Channel
it, or manage it, you know, or control it. Do you see? So there is that people pleasing. It's almost like career pursuit with empathy. You want to be empathetic with people. You want to make people feel good. But if you don't channel it well, you will want to please everybody.
Everybody at the detriment of you.
Detriment of yourself. That is where the saboteurs come in. But the sage is, no, I feel you. I understand you. I understand where you're coming from. And I'm here to support you. I'm here to listen to you. But I'm not going to kill myself for you. And I'm not going to tell you things just because I want you to like me. No, I will tell you the truth in love. And no, you're not doing well. But, you know, I've been thinking about it. This is how I think I can help you. Because, again, that's another thing in communication. Oh, God, I know I'm saying a lot, but bear with me. So, in the journey of the Empress, it's like combination with communication. So, I can be empathetic with you and not spill over into people pleasing. But I can be empathetic and communicate well and be factual and still be able to help you. You might not like it, but you will respect me for it. So that's where you say, oh, this thing you did is bad. But we don't stop there. I think that's where a critique and a, let me say, a mentor comes in, right? Because a critique will only tell you the bad part. Okay, now that you know the bad part, what am I supposed to do about it? You're just telling me so that I know I have a bad part. No. But on the flip side, the mentor will say, this thing you're struggling with, I can see that you need help in this place. So these are resources that I know can help you. Go and study. Do you see the difference? So they spot the weakness and they give you a guide or a solution to help you get better, right? So how did you get here? Anyways.
I was asking why you're a believer of community.
Community, thank you so much. Thank you for bringing me back, guys. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, community. So I've always just loved it. Like I remembered even when, so by the way, I didn't go to school earlier. So I still people, I mean, I don't go to school, but eventually I still went, and somehow. But I've always, before I eventually went to college to get a degree, I always say that I just want to be in the hostel with girls, like
just
live with people. I love it. I love it. When I was married in our house, there's always people. And there's always a reason to rejoice. Like we don't need to. There's always a party. Not like party, but there's always a reason to either we are playing music and dancing or we are singing, because all of us have singing gifts in my family. So we have people playing instruments, we have people
singing.
So there's always people. So I love it. I don't know. I think it's part of my wiring. And so mine is now carrying that from just the nuclear space into everything I do. So whenever I see that there is like a community somewhere, and as long as I understand the vision and the purpose of the community, and I know that whatever skill and strength I have can help that community grow, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
She's a coach.
Well, I talk for a living.
Yeah, she talks for a living. She's a coach. So if you need someone to help you identify that authentic voice that God has placed in you, yeah, you can just contact her. We'll drop her details online so you can see. So thank you for coming. I know you're having a masterclass in Kenya, right?
Yeah, boot camp, but one day boot camp for people who want to start their podcast. So congratulations. By the way, I'm going to call you out on this so that you guys can help me keep her accountable. Ask her. Now, this is a misconception that a lot of people have. And that's because of the way people are now talking about podcast. Podcast is good. One of the reasons I stopped for a while, because I started podcasting since 2019 and I started training people in 2021. But I had to pull out, like everybody's now doing it. So everybody knows it. Everybody do the same thing, but everybody now knows it. But alas, I was wrong. And now I'm back. I'm like, no, I don't care how many other people are doing it. I know that the people who are sent to me will hear me. And that's what I'm focusing on, right? But a lot of people say they are podcasters, but they only have content on YouTube. That's not a podcast, please. If you do not have an RSS feed, it means you're not a full podcaster. You're a content creator. You're not a podcaster. So please, if you are starting or you want to start and you don't know what to do or how to go about it, I can help. But this is a tip for you. I actually have a book about it that if you sit with that book, Podcasting with a Difference, it will tell you step 1, step 2, like you would easy peasy do it, right? So, but you need to be listed on a podcasting platform. And there are many of them. Yeah. And so with that listed on one, you can now, those platform will now help you distribute. That's why you now have it on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Breaker. They'll help you distribute it. But you now have a link called the RSS feed. So when you go to YouTube, for example, and now add that RSS feed to YouTube, automatically, anytime you publish on your podcast hosting platform, it publishes everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Do you see? So that is when you know you are truly a podcaster, not just video content. Video content creator came into this space and made it feel like podcasting is once you have a mic, you have a camera, that's podcast. No, that's video content. A podcast originally is an audio content. That can be consumed online, right? So you need to be listed on those platforms. So please, if you're podcasting already and you don't have an RSS feed, please get it. That's my gift to you. And if you're just thinking about starting and you need help with it, let's
reach out.
Let's connect.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.